Hello everyone. We'll be looking into the third part of the database system architecture concepts and architecture, that is data languages. Already we have seen data models, then we have seen database schema and architecture as well as data independence. Now we will see data languages. Here when we say the data languages, they are nothing but the different statements. So here when we talk about data, it is no, it is the stored information. Okay. So to achieve this stored information, that is storing means not just inputting the data. We need to modify the data. We need to say delete some data. We need to make changes. So all these things will be managed by the database administrator. Okay. So to execute these operations, the database administrator requires some statements such as creation of the structure, then inserting the data, deleting the data. Okay, so these statements, creation statements, insertion, deletion, have been divided into different languages. We call them as the data languages. So these data languages have been divided into four types, that is data definition language, which we call as DDL. So this DDL, that is data definition language, mainly defines the schema, the architecture. So we have seen the college admission where student information will be there, marks information will be there, and the fees information will be there. So all these information structure will be defined by the data definition language. As the name itself says, it is defining, creating the structure of a particular data. The next one is the storage definition language, which we have mentioned here as SDL. So this specifies the internal schema, how the internal structure of the particular say tables or data will be there. So this storage definition language is used for the relation DBMS today. There is no specific language that performs the role of SDL, as it has been converted into different statements in the different data definition language statements itself. Next comes the view definition language, which we specify as VDL. So this view definition language is nothing but the user's view or mapping to conceptual schema. Here user's view or mapping in the sense, when there is a database, there will be different users. I took the example of the college. There will be student, there will be staff, there will be administration. So different users. So student is a user, staff is a user, college management is a user. So they will be working on same data but in different ways. That is, only student can view the data, he can register himself, he can't alter the data. Okay, that is what we call student view. So here that is nothing but the user view. So this view definition language mainly works on the user views or mappings. Again, mappings means working, okay, on the conceptual schema. The last language, that is data manipulation language, is nothing but how the data, the present content, when we create some data, we need to say, when data in the sense a table, that is student information table, many students will be registering. Okay, registering in the sense the data is being inserted, then some student will leave the college, their details have to be deleted, some student details have been modified based on the requirements. So those statements will be handled by the data manipulation language, that is DML. Here we have mentioned it, it mainly works for, it includes different statements such as retrieval, insertion, deletion, and modification. Okay, so these are the different data languages. The next is the data interfaces. Here interface means as you already know, how the user will access the data, will make changes to the data, or insert the data. So there have to be different views. For example, if you want to register for the Facebook, you will go to the Facebook site. There you will get the sign up page. You will be inserting few details. When you click on the sign up page, you will be getting a form. You will be inserting some details, personal details. So that is one interface for registering for the Facebook. So all that information will be stored in the database. Similarly, there are different interfaces for which will work on the database. The first one is menu based interface for web clients or browsing. When we talk about a menu based, here menu means there will be buttons, specified buttons to fetch that particular task. For example, if you go to the Gmail, when you log into the Gmail, you will be getting at the side corner of your system, you will be getting different options. There will be inbox, there will be say sent items, okay, there will be start. So Gmail has different buttons over there. That is nothing but the menus. When you click on that particular, say if you click on inbox, the different mails will be displayed. When you click on sent button, the whatever say mails you have composed and sent, that will be displayed. So that particular button is called as the menu, and it executes a particular task. The second one is the form based interface. Already I have told you, form based interface, we just took an example of the Facebook registration page. So here the Facebook registration page you'll be filling different inputs, okay, that will be stored, okay. That is nothing but the form based interface, okay. So you'll be inputting the name, email ID, contact. So different registration pages have different facilities. The third one is graphical user interface. Here when we talk about graphical user interface, there will be some images or some graphs that will give you the access to the database. For example, you might have, when you go for some registration page, you might have seen some captcha. When you click on those captcha, it will accept. So that is nothing but the graphical user interface. So this graphical user interface can include utilizes both menus as well as forms. For example, a website can be a graphical user interface which can give the information for you. Next one, natural language interface. These are nothing but the natural language interface are basically used in the English language or some other language, some local languages also. In the websites you may get information in the English language, or if you are if it is in a particular local language also, it can be displayed, okay. So this is natural language, a particular next is the speech input and output. Means you are searching for the data, or you are sending the request to search the data by just through your voice, okay. Your mobile has that option. If you want to search something in the Google, there will be a mic icon. If you just hold it and speak something, the Google is going to search for that one. So after the search, the Google may display it as a text output, or in some application it may give you as a again the voice output, the speech output only. The next one is the interface for parametric users. So here the different users will be there for the it's not just the parametric user means who will be performing some specified task only, the parametric users. So they will be having their own access, so it is not accessible to the common people. The parametric users have their own interface where they will be working. For example, the song composer, He will be having his own tools. He will be composing the song in his own method. So he is a parametric user, means only he is going to work on that one. The last one is the interfaces for the DBA. So different a database will be managed by the, here the DBA means database administrator. So a database, when a Facebook database also will be managed by an administrator. So he has created that Facebook database. So for creating a database, Facebook database, he might have used different tools. So that tool is nothing but the interface for the DBA. You might have used different softwares. So such interfaces are called are for those specified users only, that is DBA. So these are the different interfaces that can be used by the for the database.